Minutes past 1 p.m. we now turn our attention to something that happened recently with Equity Bank Uganda hosting the India-Uganda Trade Mission, bringing entrepreneurs from India to Uganda. And we are being joined by Robert Wanok, Head Retail Banking at Equity Bank, to discuss how business people in the two countries can grow using the trade partnerships being created. And of course, his first question is going to be looking into the primary objectives that are within this trade mission, and what is it using this platform to strengthen the partnerships as well as the entrepreneurs both in India and Uganda. Good afternoon to you, Robert.
Good afternoon to you, Priscilla.
How
it's good to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the primary objectives of this trade mission.
So this particular trade mission is anchored on us being able to expose and matchmake Ugandan business community and traders with our counterparts in India. We do this as part of our normal business day-to-day activities, and it is not just a one-off. It is something that we've done in the past. You'll recall we've done one in the DRC Congo. We've done a couple of in Nairobi. I have a team that is also based out of Dubai right now, and it's all the same thing. We did one also in the UK last month. All
right, Robert, all this centers down to increasing trade between Uganda and India. It begs the question, how is this going to be strengthening our trade ties, especially through entrepreneurship? So,
on the other hand, you have a totally imbalanced equation in this whole thing, where we've normally been a net importer of a lot of the goods and commodities that have been coming in. And as you know, part of our objective is to really resolve our balance of payment position, and the president has continuously talked about how do we tilt this and make sure that the same level of expertise and knowledge and everything can be borrowed from people that are doing it better than we are. So to tie this together, it would be, how do I get my Ugandan business community to actually meet a manufacturer, a producer, an exporter that's in India, and link it in directly. And from the bank side, how do I actually come in and facilitate that face-to-face through our trade tools, through every form of exposure that we can get for them as they begin to start doing business together.
Okay, yeah. Now let's break it down to sector by sector, as well as the industries that you're targeting for this collaboration, and what underlying opportunities do come with these particular sectors and industries.
So we'd have loved to cover as much as possible, but I think we looked at the core and look at Uganda currently. In our current state, we are agrarian. So agriculture was top of it. We had a lot of customers that were in the ICT space. We are beginning to develop quite interestingly at a very fast pace in terms of technology and industrialization. And if you look at where the government is actually tying in a lot of the budget, even when you look at our budget 2023-24, you'll actually see that ATMS, which has been the primary focus for the government of Uganda, and that is where the strategy has been for the government, that's also where we are. So we've had investors come in the agricultural space, agricultural mechanization. We've had ICT, we've had manufacturers, we've had, interestingly, professional services like legal services. You will be interested to know that there is quite a bit of collaboration that's going on the litigation space between our legal teams in Uganda and those even in India.
All right, that is definitely good news to hear, especially as both countries are trying to resurrect from the pandemic that affected trade. And now, as we wrap up this conversation, we want to know, what are the early outcomes of this trade mission so far?
Okay, a couple of pickups that I have seen, and the past 2-3 days with the team. The first thing that I could say is, more than ever before, the space is open for collaboration, for partnerships. How you tie that in, it's important for you to know, who do I need in the room? Who do I need to get around me? You need your banker, and we've made that very visibly important. So collaboration, get your banker into the room, get your trading partner into the room, get somebody that's probably doing it better than you are, and see how you can tie that in. The bank on the other side, Equity, we've been able to come in and we look at all instruments from trade, facilitating these traders to be able to not just look at a cash payoff as a one-off, but foster these. And we've worked with the Indian High Commission, we got the team in, we've had other partners that we've pulled this off with, and as a group we've actually looked at it. The second gain for me that I picked up was in our exposure environment, how do we actually enhance things like quality control, getting research, getting your data, getting your facts and your figures right.
Okay.
So the conversations in the room have really tilted in that direction.
All right, that is Robert Wanok, head of retail banking at Equity Bank Uganda, and you can definitely reach out to them for more details and more understanding of the trade relations and missions that they are creating room for between Uganda and India. Now.